Hello, this is Chan Abraham from Daybreak Ministries. No one likes to receive bad news. That's just a fact of life. But so often there is bad news awaiting us for one reason or another. And perhaps sometimes we fear the worst. We go through a day and perhaps it's been reasonably good, but we wonder whether there's something bad around the corner. This seems to be the way we live our lives. There's an amazingly encouraging verse in the Bible which says that the person who puts their hope and faith and trust in God will not fear bad news. And that's very important because so often, partly because of the world in which we live with so much bad news around, we tend to feel that it is almost inevitable that something bad is going to happen. I understand that the ancient Norse people feared that the sky would fall in on their heads. There is a sense in which most people start their day thinking something bad is going to happen to me today. Now, as you know, for a number of years, I ran Luminous in Huntingdon, having set it up back in 1999-2000, and that organization did some wonderful work in helping to transform people's lives and their homes and their futures. One of the reasons why it was such an inspiring place to work, and where I know many tenants and customers also felt inspired, was that I encouraged people, the folk who worked for me, but also people who came to our conferences, and basically everyone I ever met, to start the day saying, something good is going to happen to me today. Perhaps those of you who are listening to me today, remember that. Perhaps some of you have got those fridge magnets that I had made and sent out. And you've got it on there for your fridge, and each time you go to your fridge for your milk, for a cup of tea, you see that little phrase, something good is going to happen to me today. Well, of course, bad things do happen. But the reality is that if we can change the way we think, if we can reorder our lives so that we see that the glass is half full rather than half empty, then the fact is it does change the atmosphere around us. It'll change the way we relate to other people. After all, who likes to be around a miserable person? No one, actually. So how about us starting today and going into this weekend saying something good is going to happen to me today? Here's the thing. The reality of the Christian faith, people who believe in Jesus, is that they believe that God loves the world so much that he sent his son Jesus into this world so that everyone could have the opportunity to experience what Jesus called life in all its fullness. So as we go into today and into this weekend, saying something is good is going to happen to me today, let's think about whether we could get hold of and begin to access that amazing thing called life in all its fullness.